Big Trouble in Little China. I love that movie. Big Trouble in Little China. I love that movie. Big Trouble in Little China. I fucking love that movie. And Kurt Russell there, when he had the lipstick on, he was biting into that sandwich. It was fucking hilarious. How the fuck does Big Trouble in Little China end up in the magical thing? I remember there was like the guy they were trying to kill. He was a little magical. But other than that, it was Kurt Russell eating a sandwich driving a truck, if I remember. All right. My favorite thing is when he delivers that line and then like bites into that sandwich. Big Trouble in Little China is great. All right. Dark Star, dude. Dark Star, 1974. Goofy-ass sci-fi comedy by John Carpenter, who would go on to do other goofy classics like Big Trouble in Little China. Great fucking movie. 1986, fucking hysterical. That's got what's-his-face in it? Kurt Russell. All right, Loot Crate, everybody. Give me the loot. Give me the loot.
I just think that we all grew up, too many of us watched those testosterone movies, and secretly we all want to be the John Rambo of whatever generation you are, and you got to like stockpile all these weapons and act like, you are a threat to somebody. I actually, I love guns, provided, some lunatic doesn't get one.
All right, Rambo helicopter. Bill, with your knowledge and understanding of helicopters, pretty limited, what's your take on helicopter scenes in the Rambos? Well, I always loved them, obviously. This is what I'll say about, not specifically Rambo, I'll just say in general in movies, is when somebody's getting chased and then they run over and just start up a helicopter like it's a car, and then they just drive away. Like, you remember those action movies where like the hero of the movie, a helicopter, this guy knows how to use it. No pre-flight. You just start the helicopter up, you yank the guts out of it. These Rambo guys, but at least Rambo bled. He had to take time to sew himself back up. Robots don't bleed.
Whereas a helicopter, all right, really quickly, and I'm going to sound like a moron, I know. So basically, when you watch like a Rambo movie and they shoot out the tail rotor and then the helicopter starts spinning around, basically, if you roll off the throttle, okay, the engine is no longer turning the main rotor, okay?
A-Star 350 startup procedure. There's a whole startup procedure. There's a whole startup procedure. There's a whole startup procedure.
I haven't seen the movie. Oh, my God. I probably haven't seen that movie since the late 80s, I remember did I see it in the movie theaters? No, I think somebody bought it. Somebody in my family bought that movie. That was actually considered a good movie, And, we had it on VHS. So, the usual life of a VHS tape. It lasted like a year. Then it was all screwed up from being rewound, So I haven't seen it basically since, 89 or 90.
Who they have? They had Michael Keaton. Remember that? And he was all sweaty in the locker room with just a towel around him, wearing the bat mask. And he got in the face of Val Kilmer, and he was like, "That's right, Iceman. I am dangerous." And then Val said, clicked his teeth together, and then they all played volleyball.
Here's another one somebody sent me. Search gay Top Gun. If you guys ever seen the movie Top Gun and you've seen Tarantino go on his rant that it's actually a homoerotic movie, and I got to go with Tarantino on that one.
And then they were playing volleyball. Aquaman didn't come out of the ocean, did he? You know what I mean? Looking at Batman being like, "Take my breath away. Do-do-do." Kelly McGillis gets in her invisible jet. I can't believe the names I remember from that movie. I saw that movie a bunch of times. That was one that I owned on VHS. Right? I was in high school, and everybody wanted to get a ninja motorcycle and fly F-16s, inverted. We all thought we were going to do that. There's every once in a while like a movie comes out, and you're like, you know what? I'm going to do that, right? And then what happens? You know what happens? Geometry, algebra 2 and trig, all of that happens. And then you're like, oh, wait a minute. Wait, I think I was going to fly jets. Is that what I thought was going to happen? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going to be a salesman.
Okay, sunglasses. There's some really some weird ones this week. People like, this guy says, "Hey Bill, I need my listeners send in like questions and shit, and I read it just to let you know. Billiam, I need to ask you a very important question. My wife makes fun of my choice of sunglasses. She thinks they're not hip enough. I told her I was wearing brown tinted sunburst aviators since college before the whole aviator hype. Is there aviator hype? I don't remember.
Top Gun came out.
Yeah, I was going to say, back then, those people who...
in 1980s.
Yeah, who wanted to be like Tom Cruise. My neighbor when I was growing up, any movie that Tom Cruise was in, he got into that, like whatever it was, like Top Gun. He joined like the fucking
No.
he joined like the Air Force Reserves.
No.
He alligator armed it. He joined that, and then eventually he moved out to L.A. Finally, just well, why don't I just be a fucking actor? So I don't have to actually join the fucking Air Force.
That's
Don't know whatever happened to him. So anyway, aviator glasses, which were the Tom Cruise fan / date rapist.
So all I'm asking is who's going to start it? Who's going to start? You know what we need? We need like what's Charles Bronson's name in those Death Wish movies? Paul Kersey. We need a fucking the airline version of that.
He's coming back like fucking Paul Kersey, right? Is that the name? Was that fucking Charles Bronson's name in the Death Wish movies? He's coming back to fucking kick the shit out of all the sinners. Me. He's coming back to slap me around a little bit and then throw me into the fiery pits of hell.
Did you see that Charles Bronson movie, Death Wish 3? When
Yes.
that one white boy, like a surfer, he's fighting all the police officers. He's on PCP.
Oh, okay, I got to rewatch that.
Yeah, man. PCP, you think you have like incredible whole strength, but you just have like you don't feel pain. While people are hitting you, man. So you could just keep attacking forever, you know what I mean?
Right, and then the next morning you wake up and you feel like you played 12 years in the NFL.
Yeah, man.
It was unbelievable. Every single time they got raped and killed. Everywhere he went. And he kept moving to new places. It's like, Charles, how about you don't live in a fucking city? Why don't you try going out in the country this time? At least you can see the rapist coming up your long driveway. You can meet one of those farmers only chicks. They're probably good with a gun. Oh, my favorite line. I swear to God, that movie was all one takes. Every setup was one take.
Absolutely.
I like when there was such a low budget by the third or the fourth one. I remember me and my buddy used to make fun of this. He came walking up and there's like all these, Puerto Rican kids and shit, like fucking spraying on his white Cadillac Seville, and they were writing all this crap. And he was just like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "What the fuck do you care, honky motherfucker?" And then he just goes, "It's my car."
It's my car.
Like literally, that was the delivery. It was just like, it's like, are they workshopping this shit?
Love life. Love life. I really am enjoying my life. And what I love about it, I like to disappear into the past. Love life. Love life. I really am enjoying my life. And what I love about it, I like to disappear into the past. Love life. Love life. I really am enjoying my life. And what I love about it, I like to disappear into the past. Love life. Love life. I really am enjoying my life. And what I love about it,